series. So granted, they're playing the best of the best, don't get me wrong, but they haven't been able to take down a lot of these good teams, and Peeps is certainly within the realm of possibility when you think about matchups that they could win against. But right now, I think a lot of people are giving the edge to Peeps, and they're going to give the edge to the tip of AJ's Octane as he knocks that last defender out of the way.
I think this might be a reason why the Peeps have won the last 4 out of 5 matchups. Maybe it's the demos. You know, the aggression. This is unreal. The start for the Peeps could not get any better and more aggressive at that. What a way to get into this series, Corelli.
Lion Blaze trying to immediately respond back, and he's been a player that I pointed out on this roster multiple times ever since they picked him up, at least. He has just taken over the game, but Gyro almost able to put away a second one there. It was just a bit too high. And right now, Ghosts have got to get things sorted. The Peeps have come out strong. They've come out quick. And
I didn't know what Peeps we'd see, Corelli. Not gonna lie, it's hard to interrupt you as well, but I thought maybe the Peeps would be a little bit, you know, still tucked in, wearing their pajamas, trying to go back to bed, because they've already qualified for the major. But this is a much more active and energetic Peeps roster than what I previously anticipated.
Yeah, absolutely. A great way, if you're a Peeps fan, to start. Your team certainly cruising right now. AJ off the pass from Gyro finds the near post.
It's all about this corner play right here from Gyro. He sees that there's all that space given up to him. He decides to wait. He doesn't need to force a challenge or go for an early hit. Instead, takes that hit all the way across the field to AJ with an easy little shot. This has been some of the best I think we've seen the Peeps look in almost any series. They didn't look that great earlier on against the Sonics, but this is a different day and a different roster.
Gyro, huge saves there. And Mektos now having to get back. Lucian got a piece of it. It's going to go off the post and in. A 3-0 lead for the Peeps.
Look at the prediction. Illusion pre-flipped into this after getting the first challenge.
Oh my.
He flips forward, knowing Mektos is going to the right side. Gets the last little touch he possibly can, and it slips in past the goal line.
That is so smart from Illusion.
Wow.
To know, it's not even to know that that's possible, but to know that he could even get to it. Oh, Gyro's going to put away a fourth. AJ's challenge comes right out to him. Nobody's home from the kickoff here from Ghost Gaming. And the Peeps are just rolling in game one.
Yeah, they're steamrolling over Ghost Gaming, who have the more important stakes on the line. Really, this is crazy. Because the Ghost Gaming, they're sitting at 260, I believe. If they lose this series, they'll still be at 300, put another one in as we do math. But ideally, Ghost Gaming win this matchup to confirm that spot, because we don't know what could happen. You know, obviously, I believe Ghost Gaming's still going to make it, but this matchup so much more important for them than it is for the Peeps.
Absolutely, and the Peeps asserting dominance here in game one. We're not even a minute and a half in. And the Peeps looking to score their sixth. Illusion's going to put away. What is happening in this first game?
Oh my goodness. What is the record for the most amount of goals in a minute and a half? This is unreal from the Peeps.
This one is certainly up there. 6-0 in the first minute and 31 seconds.
Okay, Corelli, there's two choices here. We could either get one of the most high-scoring games I think we've ever seen, or one of the best comebacks. Okay, I believe in the boys on Ghost Gaming. While the Peeps look unbeatable, I still think it's possible.
Well, they certainly have the time to work with here. AJ wants a piece of Mektos, almost gets it, as they had an extremely long hill to climb. This one does come down dangerously. Oh, that was a chance for Mektos to get one back. Now Gyro on the transition, wants to put away a 7. Okay. Oh, just does freshness dirty in front of his net.
I'm not even worried. At this point, 7-0 for the Peeps. Look at the control from Gyro. Around one, flicks it around the second. Lion Blaze can't get a touch, and it's Gyro to make the defense look silly.
There are no words when you get to this point in a game like this, Turtle. I mean, what was it, 3-4 kickoff goals for the Peeps? And granted, even the ones outside of kickoff goals have been great plays. High energy, speed is there. They're just all over Ghost. I mean, what can we say? Ghost just haven't had any possession. They haven't had any dangerous chances. I mean, They had a couple of shots here and there.
Oh my goodness.
It is 8-0 Turtle. We're not halfway through, and the Peeps are scoring every 20 seconds.
Gyro is destroying them. He got past one of them with a little mind game, took it slower, then got a flick pass out into the midfield to the best striker on the team, AJ. There is not anything else you could expect from a teammate than what Gyro just did to dismantle the defense of Ghost Gaming. 8 goals. And we've just hit the halfway mark.
And, you know, forget about rankings and major qualifications and whatever. Right now, for Ghost, they have got to turn things around getting into the next game. There's no way there's no way they come back down 8-0. And it's just embarrassed here in the first game. And this is certainly not what we expect from Ghost. Ghost is a high-quality team. They've had some big wins. They've had some great runs. But losing 8-0 here, not even halfway into a game, it's just unacceptable for a team like them, and they will put the first one away and get things going for their offense.
And, you know, it's actually a pretty good sign for Ghost Gaming just to put one in, break the curse, and start getting on offense better, knowing you can at least slip one in, possibly. But this has been just out of reach, to say the least, for Ghost Gaming, Corelli. And I think version 1, you know, they might be hyping up the Peeps. I don't know what kind of pep talk version 1 must have done, because if the Peeps win this game, then version 1 get the great wild card spot. And that? AJ, what are you doing, man?
Oh my goodness, he kept the ball off the ceiling from flipping into it. Gyro bumps the last man out of the way. They're styling on him, and it's 9-1, Turtle, 9-1.
You have 9 goals right now that we can take a look at and just pick our highlights. Most teams don't even score 9 goals in a series. The Peeps have scored 9 goals, and there's 2 minutes left, a little bit under. What is happening? What is happening?
14 shots for the Peeps. They've scored 9 of them. Lucian wants to give it over to AJ. I mean, at this point, Ghosts are just trying to get through it. They got a minute and a half to get to the next game, and surely the next one will be better than this one, as Mektos lobs it to the Peeps side. AJ approaching 1,000 points in the game, just 7 shy, and Liveblaze does get a dunk here to get their second goal.
And, you know, as much as we can sit here and talk about how good the Peeps look, I mean, it's not anything too fancy from Liveblaze, but like I said, just knowing that you can break the defense gives you a little bit of life going into game number 2. I think that's super important for Ghost Gaming. At least you're looking at this first one with a few positives. You know, it's not 9-0. I think that's all we can say for Ghost Gaming. And Corelli, I want to see Lucian get another goal. I don't know how long it's been since I've seen every single player on a team in RLCS get a hat trick. I don't even know if that's ever happened before, but this could be the start if Lucian gets one.
Less than a minute to go. Peeps just trying to get the double digits at this point. AJ has crossed the 1,000 points. Gyro still at 800. Mektos just throws it towards the net. This ball popped up for AJ. Really, at this point, it's just seeing if they do get 10. It really doesn't matter after that. Lucian can't find his team downfield. Now Lucian across the box. AJ wanted to keep this one alive for the attack for the Peeps. Ghost maybe trying to go home with one more goal here. Freshness on the back wall. Can't get by AJ. Demos come through. Goodness. AJ almost able to get around to it, but Liveblaze keeps composed on that back line. Mektos as well to get the clear. And Turtle, my goodness, game 1.
I have no words, Corelli. This is ridiculous out of the Peeps. And Lucian has been so physical. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the hat trick. I wanted to see all 3 players walking away with at least 3 goals. I think AJ scored 4. You can see right there the prodigy on the roster so far. And what else is there to say, Corelli?
What is that stat line from AJ? Holy moly!
I've never seen that. That is insane.
4 goals, 4 assists, 3 saves, and 8 shots. One of the best stat lines I've seen in a long time. And for the Peeps, I think it was James. Was it James on the desk was talking about AJ? I think he was. Well, he was absolutely right, saying how good he is. He certainly showed it. I mean, right off the rip, though. And, you know, okay, the first or maybe the last, I don't know, 5 goals. Yeah, they're running up the score. They're beating the crap out of
Yeah, just the last 5 goals. No.
The first half of that game, though, the Peeps, boy, oh boy, they come out hot. Yeah. There were some fantastic goals, but also just good quality Rocket League gameplay. And while I think Ghost might have faltered here off the rip, the Peeps looked good. This wasn't just the Ghost playing bad. This was Peeps also just peaking on them as well. AJ played great. Gyro's in the mix. I felt like Peeps, this was one of the best games we've seen from them. And of course, a 9-2 scoreline shows that.
And to add to your point, Corelli, a lot of people, players even watching could just look at this first game and think, oh, maybe there were just a bunch of easy mistakes made on defense. But no, it was high mechanics from everyone on the Peeps. It wasn't just free nets that they were taking advantage of. Obviously, there were a lot of kickoff goals, but even disregarding that, you could see maybe 3 or 4 incredibly solid looks on net that were difficult to pull off, but the Peeps made it work. And usually it was off of the backpack of AJ.
Well, we'll see if the Peeps can keep that energy going and if Ghost can get things figured out. Already starting here on the defensive side of things, and they've got to slow down this Peeps offense. They are just working the Ghost defense in that first game, and they're trying to continue that here in game 2.
It was the versatility as well. I'm sorry, I keep going on about game 1, but it was just such a crazy showing from the Peeps that we haven't seen in such a long time. I liked how Gyro was bringing the ball down low, so if they do happen to get pushed back a little bit and have to slow things down, that might be a benefit for Gyro because the control he's been displaying for us has been out of this world.
Well, already off to a good start here for Ghost. And maybe an opportunity as this one's going to roll down the back wall. Gyro doesn't get the best touch, but everyone rotated out for Ghost. Vectos can't get up to it. AJ to throw it downfield, and Ghost doing a good job now of slowing the game down, trying to keep that possession, making sure the Peeps can't just have their way with them. And right now, Vectos threatening as Gyro lobs it over to AJ. Big clear now from AJ and the Peeps. Freshness returns the favor.
Got some good clears so far out of Ghost Gaming. They've been lurking a bit in the offensive half, trying to get a couple of good 50s and starving out their opponents. I like the boost stealing that we have seen with confidence to keep moving forward. A lot of teams will get shut out or absolutely destroyed like they did in game 1, but then come out in game 2 still passive, but they have not let down, and it's a good indicator of life for Ghost.
And one of the better points, I guess, from the first game, and even coming into this game now, Ghost still having those shooting opportunities. Even the first game, I mean, they almost generated, I think, 10 shots or so. So there was opportunity for them. It wasn't like they just got backed up on their goal line for the entire game and played defense simulator. As they will find the first one. Vectos is going to get credit for it. I don't think he actually redirected it much, though. It was Freshness's touch that went towards the net. Yeah, I think he just bounced off it instead. And Ghost get the first goal.
And that's one of those plays that, you know, we as casters will look at and try to figure out, was that intentional? And the way it looked, it did seem pretty darn intentional out of Mektos. Even if it wasn't, still a great play to fake out the defense, and probably one of the only ways he could have put one in. It's not just having a great redirect overall. So Mektos starting things out with a little bit of a flashy play.
Oh, great fake from Freshness. Now Lucian has some space with this ball. Peeps now finding themselves down a goal after blowing out Ghost in the first game, having to fight back. They've been able to control the pitch in the final third a lot more, though. Even though those opportunities aren't coming as they did in the first game, they are spending a lot of time on this Ghost side. Vectos just resorting to throwing it downfield.
And I'm also watching his perspective. He's constantly going to the corners trying to take boost, and the Peeps, they don't have any energy, anything left in the tank to go for something, which results in all this pressure from Ghost Gaming.
Great work here from Lion Blaze, who usually is a massive factor in their offense. But right now, Ghost, everyone contributing pretty evenly right now. Having to play a bit of defense. Great clear from Lion Blaze. Freshness downfield to chase after it. Does get the touch and takes care of Gyro, and AJ there to pop it up and away.
Maybe keep it close, go for a better 50. Doesn't work out. Lion Blaze early with the challenge. I like the aggression to push up. That's what they were kind of lacking early on. I think they gave that space away to AJ and let him do whatever while Lucian's going for demos and Gyro going for dribbles. It has not been the same story in game number 2. Flip the script, and Ghost Gaming look to come out on top.
Minute 20 seconds left. Still, Peeps are playing with it a lot on this Ghost side, but Ghosts are just unfazed. They're happy to let the Peeps take the ball around if they're not putting any threatening shots on target, and Peeps have only generated 2 shots here in this game. Ghost still keeping this ball out. Doing a great job on defense so far. Illusion now dangerous off the back wall. Mektos, big miss, but nobody from the Peeps quickly there to make the challenge. This one, oh, is it going to go through? AJ's going to dunk it home. The defense was pulled out, and AJ pushes it through.
And again, it's from Gyro knowing when to go for the dribble. Gets the fake challenge. Might have slipped in anyway. Lionblaze tried to get a touch. AJ is there for a 50 that squeezes into the net. All thanks to Gyro and his amazing dribbles, Corelli. He has been the pillar of consistency. You know, when AJ's not hitting those mechanics, at least he's here with some solid decision-making on those dribbles.
Less than a minute to go now. Freshness trying to make the difference himself. That one's going to come down on the Peeps side. 30 seconds now. Ghost, they haven't really had a lot of offense. They were able to put away a goal, but it's been mostly the Peeps. Couple of chances downfield for Ghost. They've been able to capitalize. Oh, Freshness wanted a piece of Illusion. Almost got him. Lionblaze over to Mektos. Has some free reign, and Gyro comes through off the back wall to clear it away. AJ pops it up. Boost to work with. Dangerous spot for the Ghost defense, and Lionblaze does get a piece of it. Illusion trying to keep it alive, and it will stay up for just a moment. Gyro off the back wall. AJ's there. AJ. The Peeps might do it. What? Oh, it's in for AJ as they steal the second game.
Gyro has 800 IQ. Look at the placement on the backboard to know it's gonna bounce up. You can't get it any better than that from Gyro. The setup is so clean, and they get the buzzer beater. I can't believe the plays we're seeing out of Gyro.
Wow. And just like that, Peeps up 2-0 in the series. And for Ghost Gaming Turtle, they played a great game. That was a normal game of Rocket League for them after game one. And I think they played quite fine. It was, I mean, they played a lot of defense. We pointed that out a few times, but for Ghost, that's a painful way to lose, because now you actually got the series or the game back into normal realms of Rocket League, and unfortunately at 0 seconds you give up the final goal in a game where that you led for all the way up until the final minute. 51 seconds was when that goal went in, the first goal for the Peeps.
I'm looking at this replay, Corelli, and you see the touch that Gyro goes for off the wall. He knows there's that specific spot he can get the ball to bounce up to keep the play alive. And at the beginning of this broadcast, in the pre-show, Corelli, you were there with me, we had been asked who the best ground dribbler was in North America. We both agreed on Arsenal. I think I might have to change my pick. Gyro looks like he's the best so far.
He certainly has looked good today. And for the Peeps, they're better for it, as he's been able to steer them to 2 wins here in this series, but the job's not done yet. And that game was much closer than the first. Ghost looking poised now to, or they're going to have to, fight back in this series in the reverse sweep. AJ, who's been a monster today for the Peeps, takes this one downfield. And it's always a good feeling when the player that you expect to have that massive offensive output does perform, and like for a player like AJ, the way he's performed here today has been phenomenal.
He's just been so consistent, Corelli, at finding shots that do hit the net with power. When AJ is missing his mark, and you see why it can be such a big effect, because he's always on the other side waiting to capitalize off a good pass. Instead of AJ, though, it's going to be Gyro to clean it up from Illusion.
Great little 1-2 from Illusion. Over to AJ, back to Illusion, and Illusion does a great job to go into that challenge. Gyro, opportunistic there on that ball bouncing out, able to just put it down and away. Great shot from Gyro, but the Peeps holding that possession and winning a crucial challenge is what leads to that goal.
I'm happy to see Illusion get more involved on the play. In that previous series in the regional event against the Sonics, I don't even think he was averaging, I think it was barely over 1 shot per game. It was around 1.25 shots per game, which is truly not that much at all, especially if you're trying to be a bit more aggressive, which is usually what the Peeps go for. So to see him get involved more, be aggressive, get in on the play and go for some 50s, that's such a good indicator of where the Peeps are mentally and how they're going to perform throughout the rest of the regional.
Ghost trying to put together a passing play of their own. And the Peeps just too quick, and I think the Peeps are starting to outpace this Ghost squad. They have in game one. Game 2 is a little bit closer, but still Peeps able to hold a lot of possession in that final third. AJ loses the challenge. He goes back across. Solution there to clear it away. Mektos doesn't get the read, but helped out by Freshness.
Oh, what speed from Freshness going for the double tap. If he got that, would have been a firecracker put into the back of the net. That was insane. Nobody could react to it, but too much of a difficult angle. And Ghost Gaming still looking for their first one, Corella. They've had a couple of chances. Like, it's not like we're seeing nothing out of Ghost Gaming. They're trying their best, but the Peeps look unmatched with mechanics.
Oh, great bump on Mektos. Oh, it almost squeaked through on that near post. AJ got stopped by 2 defenders, and now Peeps past halftime here, holding on to their 1-goal lead. This could be opportunity. Freshness, can he push it through? Gyro just has to pop it up. No follow-up from Ghost. Here's Lion Blaze now, as unfortunately goes straight to Gyro. Lucian, great pass back, and unfortunately Freshness there. Lucian's got to make up for it. Ghost trying to put on some offense here, as they haven't really had much.
I just keep getting impressed with Gyro, personally. On defense, he dodged the bump, called the bluff of where that offender was going to go for and try to jump over him. Instead, Gyro just hit the brakes, dodged the demo, and now they're still alive in lead with 1 goal.
That was a dangerous clear. Came right out to AJ. Precious again, that lateral pass Ghosts are trying to find. AJ, half a tank of boost, gets up and over Mektos. It's going to be a tough angle. AJ can hit it down and away. 2-goal lead.
Look at how high this man sent this ball and how tight that angle is, but he makes it work. AJ, the mechanical guru on the Peeps. So much responsibility lies on his shoulders, but he has come up huge throughout every single game and every single moment.
Guy's just too dang good here in this game and in this series. He is unstoppable, and right now he's had a fantastic series. And each of these games he has contributed something. Gyro over to AJ again.
Oh, don't do
another
it again.
second touch. Oh, it came down a bit too far. And Ghost get away with it. Now Mektos on the transition. Lion Blaze was trying to push Solution around. Unfortunately, that transition didn't work out. That was another opportunity for Ghost that they just couldn't capitalize on. They have 4 shots in this game. Now make it 5. Lucian being chased around, and he still makes the save.
Oh, and that's such a tough decision there for Lion Blaze. He had Mektos on the other side waiting for a pass, but instead Lion Blaze just hit it to the net, gave away possession, or at least allowed the Peeps to get a challenge in instead of going for the pass, and it's just missed opportunities. There's been a few demos that have almost hit their mark, but nothing yet out of Ghost Gaming. Scoreless on match point for the Peeps.
Lion Blaze trying to cut that lead in half, and they're going to need to do it with some time left. 20 seconds now. Mektos can't get the challenge. Freshness trying to put this across the box, but there's just nobody there on the Ghost side. Lion Blaze, his touch is going to go to the back wall. Does get a bump. Freshness pop up and over. Need one more from Ghost. Mektos saved away by Gyro. Time ticking away, and Ghost just can't break the Peeps defense. The long clear will do it. Lucian seals the deal, and a 3-0 is fitting for the sweep.
Adding insult to injury is Lucian. The clear shot. Ghost Gaming had to stretch, look for something to give them a chance and match point. But my goodness, just when you think they've worked hard enough, just when you think they've set it up perfectly for their teammate, somebody out of the Peeps comes through with a remarkable save, and that's gonna do it. A sweep against Ghost Gaming.
Wow, and a commanding one at that. Game 2, a little bit closer there for the Peeps, but overall, that was a massive series from the Peeps and a statement game. I think we talked about it in the pre-show, Turtle. There was something about, are the Peeps asleep? Are you sleeping on the Peeps? I said no.
I was sleeping at first.
You were sleeping, and they woke you up.
I was tucked in. I was nice and cozy. I had some jazz playing in the background. I was ready for sleep. And then the Peeps just came in, put on some like heavy metal rock, slapped me, woke me up, because Gyro, the man doesn't miss on the dribbles. He has probably, that was some of the best decision making I think we've ever seen in RLCS. Like, I'm not even joking. That was unreal of Gyro to read the play, to read the positions of his opponents. And then, of course, when AJ gets set up with a shot, it seems like it's an impossible angle. There's no way he can hit it, but somehow he makes it work. The duo of that combined with Lucian's solid defense and demos, there was just no way for Ghost Gaming.
Well, for the goal scored 14-3 in favor of the Peeps there in that series. A massive win for the Peeps, a much needed win for them, and they will go on to face Nefarious later on in losers round 2. But we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're rocking.